Welcome back everyone to another 100% on the channel. Today we're doing No Man's Sky, an adventure slash story game that allows you to explore and build on distant planets throughout your time playing. The 100% today took about 60 hours to complete and has 27 total achievements, 2 that did not pop on screen. But we'll touch more on that later in the video. Anyways, let's hop right into the gameplay. Like I mentioned, this game has a collecting resources like Minecraft or Terraria if you played those. And along the way, it gives you some missions to complete to help build your bases and build up your progress throughout the game. Shortly after the tutorial, this is where the gameplay starts for you guys. I landed on my first uninhabited planet in the system, and I go ahead and build a base computer. To do this, you have to gather enough resources to get a base computer. It's not hard by any means. They basically do it for you. But after doing this and claiming my first base, which you have to go into, the first achievement pops on screen for me. Next up, I collected some materials early on into my run, and after selling them at the space station, I am able to get another achievement for hitting the threshold of total credits needed.
Hello, I like money.
Moving on to the main enemies of the game, they are called Sentinels, and if you gather materials in front of them, they sometimes get aggressive, and if you take it into space, they end up flying ships around and you have to destroy them. So after doing this, I get an achievement for killing 5 enemy ships.
Take this! This!
Now along the way, you do not speak the languages of all the alien races in the game, so you have to find all these little things. I think they're just little monuments, and after doing that, I collected enough to get enough words learned in any language. Now for the first achievement that did not pop on screen, it was actually visiting another player's base. As you can see here, I'm aboard a space anomaly which you unlock through the main story, and I'm teleporting to a community base. The reason it didn't pop on screen is I joined my editor during one of our first sessions and it didn't pop on screen.
Oh, so now it's my fault we're in prison.
And I wasn't recording anyways because I was just getting used to the game. But as you can see here, we're going to show that I'm going to a base anyways. Just pretend for now that the achievement pops on screen since I'm doing it again. But we went and checked out this community base. It was pretty cool. People really put a lot of time into these bases and building them up and doing things. This one's actually on a floating rock in the sky. So pretty cool, but not much to it. Now while aboard the space anomaly earlier, some random sent my editor and I 10,000 silver each.
Ew, poor!
I don't need silver for anything at this point in the game, so I went ahead and just sold it at the space station, and this should pop 2 achievements, but one doesn't pop on screen, only one does. So I get all of the achievements done for units accrued. Now my editor and I found this sick-ass planet while exploring actually, and wandering around long enough on this planet ended up getting me the achievement for walking on foot a certain distance. I'm not sure what it is. It might be like 50k kilometers. But yeah, we get that one done too.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
After this, I found my first trading outpost on a planet, which is just where aliens stay that aren't space stations or the anomaly. And after talking to some of the aliens at this trading post, I ended up getting the achievement for talking to 10. Which I'm kind of surprised I hadn't gotten yet, but here it is. Anyways, after this, I just kept jumping around, discovering other places, and eventually after jumping to this next galaxy, trying to find more planets and resources, I get the achievement for jumping 5 times to new uninhabited galaxies. This isn't hard, but you have to do it 75 times for later in the video. And here's the achievement. So next up, we have a simple achievement here. I just use these terminals, and these are actually encyclopedias. And after doing this, I learned my 50th alien word. Once again, of any race of alien, it doesn't matter, and the achievement pops for me on screen. Now, I kind of brushed over the space anomaly earlier and wanted to explain it just a little bit.
Your Mac friend, Brent Rambo.
This is the main hub of the game. It's kind of like the Destiny Tower or the hub in Call of Duty World War II, if you played either of those games. Is the main point to do missions and jump to random bases, jump to any space station you visited throughout your time playing. And as you do it, it'll be part of the main story as well. As you can see here, I have a little icon telling me that I have a story mission to talk to somebody. And during this, you can also buy upgrades. You can turn things in to get upgrades. And I do that here to get my first exocraft built. And by doing this from the Space Anomaly, I get the next achievement in the game. Now, I still need to meet aliens and have them teach me as many words as possible, so I just started talking to all of them and asked me to teach me their language. This also gets me an achievement right here, and we're going to move on. Now, as you can see here, once I get to the screen, I have discovered 9 out of 9 fauna, but the achievement didn't pop for me on screen, so I was a little bit confused. But actually, if you go back to the Discoveries tab and click on the fauna, there's something you have to hold to register, and after doing this, you get nanites and the achievement pops for me on screen a little bit after. After this, there's a little bit of an side quest I do. I found my first Atlas interface, which is a main story point basically. There's not much to it, it's just an integral part of the story, and it's pretty cool inside, and you can learn a few extra words if you're looking to get those achievements out of the way. But nothing more to just looking at cool, and I wanted to show it off a little bit.
How neat is that?
Moving back to achievements, I kept talking to aliens, and after many trips to space stations, I ended up talking to enough for my next achievement of the day. Invigorating. Another cool feature of the game is you can actually find fossils. I don't know when this was added, but my editor said it was added quite a bit later on into the game's life cycle. And after interacting with this red fossil, I had no idea what it did. You'll see here in a second. It starts a boss battle of a giant floating rock that just throws things at you, and you have to destroy it, I think, to get more fossils. I don't really remember at this point. But another cool little gameplay feature. There's a lot of stuff to do in this game, and yeah, we're going to move on from there. I just start finding fauna again, and after recognizing all these birds, I have to open my menu and register them, but after doing that, I have found enough for my second fauna related achievement. Now, for another feature that won't get much light in my playthrough is there's some new things called corvettes. These are basically big cargo ships that people can build. Anyone can build them, so I did it later on, but this is my editor's corvette that he built. So as you can see, I can go inside it and look around and see all the stuff he's built. Eventually he builds a second story, and I think he went horizontally as well, so you can go left and right, but he can pick me up and drive me around the planet in his Corvette. So it's a really cool feature. I just want to touch on it a little bit because I really won't get it through this playthrough, but it's something to do if you want to keep playing the game after.
We're gonna be rich.
Now, we were fighting these sentinels. I don't know why, but there was a huge thing of sentinels that we just started fighting and running around, and this battle took probably about 30 minutes, and it took so long that I ended up getting 100k kilometers on foot traveled. So that achievement's out of the way from fighting these little robot sentinels. Now back to the fauna. I found this cool volcano planet, and after finding all the fauna on the planet, once again I have to go into my menu and submit that I have found all of them. And after doing this, I end up getting the last achievement related to fauna, which is great because I didn't want to keep finding all these animals and submitting them. But here you go. Pops on screen, no problems at all. I think you have to do this 10 times if you want this achievement, by the way.
And only then, then and only then will I know that I have achieved my ultimate goal.
Anyways, here is me jumping repeatedly using my hyperdrive. Yeah, this isn't even the last hyperdrive achievement, by the way. But as you can see here, I'm going to jump probably 4 or 5 times in a row. And I end up getting the achievement for jumping enough times to get the second to last achievement, which is only halfway to the next achievement. So you have to do this 75 times in total, which doesn't seem like a lot. But doing the main story, I only had about 25 done, so I had to do quite a bit of jumping. I just upgraded my hyperdrive and jumped to the closest galaxy around me repeatedly. This is by far the easiest way to do it, and it wastes a lot of resources, so you gotta make sure you have either a lot of money or a lot of resources built up. We didn't touch on this earlier, but there is a duplication glitch in this game. to where you can make high value materials and just duplicate them and then sell them. My editor did this. He has like billions of dollars in this game. I don't have quite that much, but we did it so I can buy ships and hyperdrive upgrades for the most part. But yeah, after this last jump, we're going to see the achievement pop on screen, and I have to do this all over again later in the video. Now for the next achievement, I had to talk to more aliens, and eventually after asking them to teach me enough, I learned my 150th word. So that's great. But now for everyone's favorite pastime, back to jumping in hyperspace.
Oh crap! Prepare to jump into hyperspace on my mark.
So here I am again, jumping in hyperspace, and this was supposed to be my final warp for the achievement. To warp 75 times. I didn't bother recording all the jumps like I did earlier, but as you can see here, we get to this final area and I'm waiting for the achievement to pop on my screen, and it doesn't. This one didn't pop on screen. It actually popped about 3 hours later when I was at work, and I sent a text to my editor showing him what happened. So that's great. Anyways, I had to destroy a bunch of ships still, so I just kept aggroing the sentinels and then hopping back into my ship on this planet. And after doing this enough times, I'm going to get both achievements out of the way. These battles aren't hard, but at this point in the game, I honestly had turned off my HP bar because I was tired of doing it and I needed to prep for the next set of achievements anyways that took 20 hours. So here's the first space battles achievement. We're going to jump right back down to the planet and do it again so I can get the last ones out of the way.
Now this is pod racing.
So after coming back into space repeatedly, this took about 20 minutes, nothing too crazy. I destroyed enough ships to get both the achievements. If you do this long enough though, they do send a capital ship, which is a big ship, and it only counts as one, so don't even bother doing that. But both achievements for that are out of the way. Now, as you can see here, I am standing outside on an extreme planet. You have to do this for 13 total hours of game time to get 2 achievements.
One eternity later.
So right here I get the first one, which is only halfway done. And all you can do is stand outside. So this is great. Anyways, I ended up finding a little secret tech online. Thank you, Reddit. If you lose your entire extreme bar and then burrow underground,
We dig, 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 in our mine the whole day through. To dig, 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 dig is what we like to do.
you can actually do this much easier, and it does it the entire time instead of only when storms come. So I get this final achievement right here. Thank you, Reddit. I love you guys for finding all these bugs, and we're going to move on to the final achievements. So the final achievements, I had to get a permadeath run all the way to the center of the universe, which will take probably about 10 to 15 hours if you do the main story. But by joining this guy, Wild Trico 297, he gifted me hyperdrive because it wasn't at 100%, and he helps anyone through every expedition that asks him to come get a permadeath run and just teleport to the center of the universe. He has a save point right here. You just join on him, it teleports you to him. And as you can see here, I'm using my hyperdrive and I end up teleporting to the center of the universe. So thank you so much, Wild Trico. You saved me probably another 10 hours of gameplay.
I love you, bitch. Oh my God. I ain't gonna never stop loving you, bitch.
And after doing this, I get both achievements to pop on screen. And by doing this, that completes No Man's Sky. Thank you all for coming and watching. We'll have another video up next week. Thank you for all the support lately. We really do appreciate it. And more to come later. See ya.